This theme is very, very eye-opening, close to me, because of the experiences that I had in my life. Why I focus so much on the mind? The mind of a man is man. The mind of a man is man. If you want to change a man, you need to change the mind of a person. Because it plays so much important role until unless every individual's mind is okay, the surrounding will not be okay, and the people with whom they are dealing with, they will not be okay. The reason is one word that comes from a person directed towards others. Listen to me. One word that comes out of a person directed towards other person can make that person or destroy that person. So many examples, so many things I have seen in my life. The word that comes from our mouth, it's only the result of the thoughts that will be going on in our mind, that based on the thoughts already accumulated in our mind. Okay, predominantly mind does three things. I used to tell 3 M's. Okay, one, mind manifest thoughts. Mind manifest thoughts because we keep thinking, right? Then mind multiplies thoughts. One thought, similar thoughts will multiply from one thought. Okay. Then mind magnifies thoughts. It may be a small one, but thinking, then we make the thought very big, we magnify. All these things can make a person or destroy a person. Not only that person, even the person whom that person is dealing with. I said one word that comes out of a person directed towards other person can make that person or destroy that person. I would like to take example of this one incident in my life. When I was in first year graduation BCom, we had a master called Vijay Kumar Nair. Very, very efficient, dynamic. For me, he was a lion. I had seen so many faculties, so many masters in the college. But this man used to get so much importance, so much admiration from me because he was a lion. When it comes to the teaching, he was the lion. Because with other teachers, I used to see the children, the students playing with the teachers, not giving importance to the discussion, not giving importance to the teaching that teacher is teaching. But when it comes Mr. Vijay Kumar, Vijay sir, and nobody will open and disturb in the class. He was like a lion in the class whenever, and also master. Master means that's how I admire this man, because master should be like that. So much depth of knowledge in the subjects what he was teaching. I used to admire him so much in the class, okay, with the respect. What used to happen? He will dictate a problem, because before that he was teaching in Christ College. Then he used to come to our college, Ambedkar Evening College, and he will dictate a problem, accounts. He was teaching for accounts, dictate a problem there. Then he will come and dictate the problem here, same problem. Next day, next class, he will solve that problem there, and then he come and solve here. This used to be practice. And once so happened, one problem he dictated, but he did not solve it. He did not solve it. In next class, when I asked him, he said there is something wrong in that value, is not coming, something wrong in the problem. He was avoiding. Then I told him, because I had a habit, I will not wait for next day. The moment question came to me, I'll start working on the solution for it. What I used to do, I'll go home the same day, I'll solve that problem. I solved it, I got the answer. In next class, when he was telling, no, well, there is something wrong in this problem. Then I told him, I solved it. I told him, I solved it. Somewhere it was not okay, because a master telling there is problem in the problem, A student is telling he solved the problem. It's not okay state. But I was not telling anything with a proud. I used to be humble. I told him, sir, I solved, but I want you to solve. This was my request. He told me, I solved it in that college value, but it was not coming. That is why I stopped it. Then I told him, sir, I have answer, please work on. Then he started working on the problem on the board. He himself was not that confident. I'm telling the truth. And I was telling every step by looking at my paper, this. Finally, the problem solved. And he said, are you happy now? Like that, he asked me. I was smiling. Okay. Then what happened? After some time, he gave a problem. It was not, it had some complications. I went and tried to solve. It took some time. I could not solve it, because I never seen such complications, any of the problem till that time. Then I found out a way and solved it. I got the answer for that problem also. In the next class, he asked in front of everybody, he asked, could you solve that problem? He asked, bit of proud with him. And I told him, yes, sir, I solved. I told him I solved. Spontaneously. Why I'm sharing this one word that came from him, why it was so important for me that moment. I'm telling this. Okay. I was not at all a person of to be respected, because I was a laborer. All the students were coming regularly from schools to colleges. They were studying regularly. I left school. I came back to studies after 11 plus years. Not school, the studies. I made a big jump and straight away. And while working as a laborer in the daytime, coming in the evening for the college, I used to be the eldest person in the class. I was not a person. I would not even speak in English. I'm telling you, I could not speak those days in English. He knew Tamil, so I was talking to him with the Tamil. But in spite of me being that lower state among all the children, all the students, he said this one statement that day in front of everybody. I'm telling you, in front of everybody. I used to admire him like a lion. For me, master means he is the master. He is the master. Even till date, I'm telling, I never seen a master like him till date, who used to have authority over the subject, authority over the teaching, and that kind of dynamism this man has. That's why still I'm in touch with him. With that gratitude and respect towards him. And he said in front of everybody, the moment he asked, could you solve that problem? I told him, yes, sir, I solved. Spontaneously, he said, your brain must be kept in the museum Velu. In front of everybody. Your brain must be kept in the museum Velu, he said, in front of everybody. That one statement is very, very big for me that moment. Useless. Nobody used to look at me. The way I lived my life as labor those days, I'm telling, I could not even say one sentence in English. That was my state. And here, a master whom I used to admire a lot, among all the masters, one of the best master, I used to look at him. And he says this statement in front of everybody spontaneously. That was very, very big thing, big compliment for me. Brings so much of energy. A statement given for a person, a one word said at the right time can make that person, influence that person to a very great height. Like this, there were so many people came in my life. Why I'm sharing this is all come from our thoughts. The thoughts, how do the thoughts? I said 3 M's, right? Whatever we are taking into our mind with full attention, with the deep emotions, everything all get accumulated in our mind. The problem that we face here is, it's not easy to get rid of the thoughts. I'll give one example physically, you can easily understand. I used to tell this metaphor, this example. How many of you seen the paddy plant? I do not know, but I will explain what is paddy plant. Paddy plant is a rice plant. How the rice plant is grown, what they do, they throw the paddy in one field. After that plant comes to this length, this much length, they remove those baby plants from that field and go to another field. There they replant the paddy plant. They'll keep 3 or 4 plants. The reason being, the paddy plant is not a strong plant. So that if they keep 3 or 4, they can hang on to each other. They'll have strength. They'll do the replanting. After they grow little long, little tall, they grow a little bigger. What they do another process called, there will be unwanted plants around the paddy plant. They will go on to remove those unwanted plants. Why? The energy which otherwise will be available for a paddy plant will be absorbed by this unwanted plant. If you remove this unwanted plant, the paddy plant can grow healthy. That is the idea. Now, what we can understand from this is the paddy plant cannot grow on its own. You can never see a paddy plant growing on its own and giving you the paddy and rice. I'm telling you. The paddy plant can never grow on its own and give you paddy. It needs somebody to grow, say farmer. Paddy plant needs the farmer to grow. The unwanted plants around the paddy plant doesn't need anybody. It will grow on its own. The unwanted plant called weeds doesn't need anybody. It will grow on its own. What we can understand from this is good things need effort. Good things need effort. The wrong things doesn't need any effort. They'll happen automatically. Good things need effort. The wrong things automatically happen. So this is a physical land. I'm coming to the mind. I'm telling the greatest cultivation for every human being. I used to tell every human being must be the farmer of his or own mind. Every human being must be the farmer of his or her own mind. Mind cultivation. Very, very important. That's why I kept this thought. I'm speaking now to every one of you. Mind cultivation must be the topmost activity of every human being. Yes. Why? I said the physical field, cultivation. I'm coming to the mind cultivation. The thoughts do not come automatically, all based on whatever we input. Okay. Whatever you put in, will have all these results. Okay. Now, good things you put will produce the good results. The wrong things you put in your mind, it will produce wrong results. Right? What is the danger we have with the mind is, compared to physical plant, in physical field, you can remove the unwanted plant. In physical field, you can remove the unwanted plant, wrong things from the mind. You cannot. You cannot. That's why it's not without any reason. This is all shown to the world by ancient people. Anything and everything captured by mind, it stays with that person. If that is good, it will help that person. If that is bad, it will trouble that person. That's why it's all realized, it's all experienced. Our own mind can be a greatest servant for us to accomplish anything that we want to accomplish in our life, or our mind can become a dangerous master and ruin me. I'll become slave to that. Both are possible. Very, very important. If you evolve to master your mind, we need to be aware of our thought process. We need to, because so much we read, so much we study, so much we go and acquire the knowledges of the knowledge, but we seldom focus on the influence of our mind. So important. If you can get this okay in your life, then everything will be okay in your life. Everything will be okay in your life. Unless you are okay with you, the words that you communicate, the behavior that you express, it won't create others, it will destroy others. You'll become so much of negative. You always find out only negative if your mind is filled with the negativity. If your mind is filled with so much of love thoughts, so much of good thoughts, positive thoughts, and whatever you see, whatever comes out of you will produce that positive results. That's why this theme I kept today, for you all to go deep dive into this and understand. I read a book titled The Mind and Mysteries. The Mind and its Mystery. It's written by Swami Sivanandaji. When I had all this, when I understood the problem of the mind, then only I explored all this field. I'm not telling I have come out of my mind influence. Still, I also have some problem. It's not that I do not have, but I am aware of. So much I evolved, so much I got rid of the influence of the mind, but I know how dangerous it is for every one of you. So focus on your mind. That's why I said everything created twice. Once in the mind, then in reality. Anything and everything you see, first it must have been processed in somebody's mind. Okay, so it is the truth. So with this, I request all of you to concentrate this very important topic. I'm telling very important topic. So get into this, understand your own mind, influence of it. So you will lead a better life. Not only your life, you will lead a better life. Your surrounding will be better because you will lead them and you will correct them. You will take them forward in a positive direction. If your mind is not okay, it will not produce. You can make a person, develop a person, you can destroy a person based on your mind influences. With this, I hand over to our